Hello friends, hope you all are doing well. Today I am going to show you how to make bonsai soil, and also I will explain you what is the reason behind choosing each one of the materials that we are going to use in making the bonsai soil. First of all, you can see this is natural soil that you can get from outside. This soil is also having clay, so it is a mix. So here the soil that I have got from outside, it is having clay also. So this we are going to use as two parts. I have used this small glass to measure the parts. So totally we are going to have 8 parts from this glass, and soil is 2 parts out of that 8. Then we will use sand. Here you can see the sand. So we have to use thin sand as well as thick sand also. The sand that I'm having, it is a mixture of thin sand as well as thick sand. So here you can see these are the thick particles, and here we have like thin sand also. So it is a mixture, and as we have to mix both of them, so I'm not separating it, rather I am directly using the mixture. So this we are going to have two parts, means one part is the thin sand and one part is the thick sand, so totally two parts. Then comes the compost. As you can see, this also we have to use in two parts. So this is natural compost which I have got out from outside. Like the place where I'm staying, it is actually the climate or the weather is rainy, so rain frequently comes here, so it is easy to get natural compost. As you can see, it is a mixture of leaves or rotten leaves or decayed leaves, then along with some soil, and then roots are also there. If you are not able to find natural compost, then in place of that you can also use fertilizer or ready-made compost available from the market. Apart from that, you can also use cow dung. Like in India, it is very easy to get cow dung, but don't use the fresh cow dung, rather use the dried cow dung, which is called gobar. So if you are going to use fresh cow dung, then it may harm your roots. So never use the fresh cow dung, rather if you want to use, then just take it and store it for some time. Once it gets dried, then you can use it, or you can ready-madely get dried cow dung. Then the fourth part is the tree bark. As you can see, I have broken the tree bark into small parts. This is the form that I have got from the tree, and this is very soft. So after getting it, I have broken it into small pieces. So this bark is very soft. As you can see, if I compress it, it easily gets compressed. So this part is very spongy. So bark we are going to use in one part. Then comes the brick, or we call it eat in India. So we can have a big brick, or we can have some small pieces and then break it into very small parts that we are going to mix. Don't use big pieces. So brick will be one part. Then we are also going to use small stones. This is not part of the bonsai soil, but rather we will use it to place at the bottom of the part, so that water gets drained out from the bottom through the hose that we are going to make in the pot. So here, like I have shown you, in total we have 5 parts of the soil, bonsai soil. This is the natural soil, and that's the brick. This is the sand particle, means thin and thick sand. Then this is the compost, and this is the tree bark, and this is not part of the soil. So in total we have 5 materials that we are going to use to create the bonsai soil. So 2 parts of soil, 1 part of brick, 2 part of sand, thick and thin sand, 2 part of compost, and 1 part of brick. So totally we are going to have 8 parts. And always make sure that you use a common measuring pot or measuring vessel. Like here I have used this small glass to measure as 1 part. Also the material which I have used is less because I want to make bonsai soil for a small pot, that is and for that pot this is enough. So this is the pot that I am going to use, and this much bonsai soil is going to be enough for this small pot. And you can see like I have made holes in this pot to drain the water. So once you are ready with all the materials, you just have to mix all of these. Don't mix the stone, keep it separate, but rather we can mix all these 5 materials. After mixing it, your bonsai soil will be ready, which you can use in the pot. Now I am going to tell you like why we have used each of these materials and what is the purpose of each one of these. So the bonsai soil, the purpose of creating a bonsai soil in a specific manner or with the specific materials is that the primary motto is to drain the water through pot easily. So the whatever water that you are going to pour in your pot, it should not retain. It should get drained out so that your pot is not having excess water. If you will have excess water, then it will be harmful for the roots of your plant. Then other basic thing is you want to drain your water, but at the same time you also want your pot or your tree to be moistured. So to keep the soil moistured, we have used this this brick particles, this brick and this bark. These are going to retain moisture in that, and that will provide the moist or the water even when the water gets drained out. So the role of this brick and this bark is to retain moisture. Now to drain the water, we have used this brick as well as this sand and thick and thin sand to drain the water easily. Like when your soil is mixed with this brick and this sand, then the water is not going to retain inside that, but rather it will easily gets drained out through your pot. But however, as this will get wet, as you know, bricks are made from soil, so this will retain some water, like it will retain some moisture, which is useful. But the main thing is it will not retain water in the pot, it will drain it out. Then the purpose of this compost is to provide minerals to the plant for the proper growth. If you will not use any compost or any fertilizer or manure, then it may affect the growth of your plant. Your plant will grow, but it will not grow, uh, it will not have good growth. So that is the purpose of using compost in your bonsai soil. Then the purpose of natural soil, as we all know, like trees require soil to grow, so that's the only reason for using soil that gives you natural manure, I mean that gives natural manure to the tree. So these are all the parts of the bonsai soil, and as I have explained you what is the purpose of using each one of these materials. So the final step is just to mix all of these materials and use it in your pot. So that I'm going to explain you in some other video. So hope you have understood the concept of creating the bonsai soil and the purpose of using each one of these materials. If you have any queries, then you can post it. So that's all. Don't forget to like the video and subscribe to my channel for getting updates about new videos. Thanks to you. Bye. Take care.